Hi, today is May 15th, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 747 for the year, City Lore Bathroom. Last Friday, I performed at a gallery called City Lore. Also last Friday, I went to the bathroom at a gallery called City Lore. City Lore's bathroom walls are decorated with Henry Chalfant's photographs of graffiti'd subway cars from the 1970s. It is a very beautiful bathroom, and I might have spent a lot more time in there, admiring the photographs and the skill of the graffiti artists, or as some of them like to be called, graffiti writers, but I didn't want anyone to think I was jerking off. Poem number 748, Another Vision. I had another vision yesterday, and it wasn't of Krishna or Vishnu or Buddha or Guan or Govinda or Mary or St. Catherine or my father or my birth father or God or anybody interesting like that. I had a vision of a guy named Stanley who flips burgers and fries eggs and shit at a rest stop off of the New Jersey Turnpike. And he was kind of old school. He had a pot belly and 2 or 3 day old stubble and a lit cigarette in his mouth that sometimes shed ashes onto the grill, and he spoke with a pre-throat cancerous growl, perhaps the way my birth father did before his laryngectomy. And I thought he was going to impart to me some words of wisdom, but all he had were burger and omelet making tips. I'm glad the vision didn't last too long, and that if I close my eyes now, I can barely see Stanley, as it was neither a pleasant nor edifying vision. Still, it was not so unpleasant that I'm not hoping for another vision soon. Poem number 749, The Dildo Keeper. What she did was she kept dildos. One reason was so that after her dinner parties, if anyone wanted a dildo, they could have one. Another reason was she liked to collect dildos. Upon visiting the Museum of Sex, she was mesmerized by its permanent collection of dildos and immediately became a collector herself. And while she lacked the rarefied discernment of a serious collector, her friends and neighbors were most impressed with the depth and breadth of her dildo collection. She has already put a provision in her will that after her passing, her collection will go to the Erotic Heritage Museum in Las Vegas, because she feels that the Kinsey Institute Museum, the Sex Machines Museum in Prague, and the Museum of Sex all have enough dildos already. Poem number 750, The Tear Factory. With few other options, he decided to take a job at the Tear Factory. He had heard from others that worked there that it was emotionally draining and that one often took one's work home with them, but he needed the money, not to mention a little more structure in his life. The work was grueling, but not difficult. Each morning he went out to harvest the raw tears, and in the afternoon he poured them into the tear processing machine. In a matter of months, he became one of the best employees on the factory floor and was in line for a major promotion and a big raise, but the work really got to him. He put a lot into it, and it took a lot out of him. And so he submitted his resignation and applied for a job at the far more competitive Laugh Factory. And the last poem of the day, poem number 751, The Penitent Penis. The penis hung its head in shame and sorrow. It was mortified over its behavior and so full of regret that it could barely speak. Tentatively, the penitent penis began as the rest of the genitalia listened patiently. It is with great sorrow that I come before you tonight, the penis said, as drips and droplets sputtered out along with its words. I don't expect forgiveness for my unforgivable deeds, and I believe it will be a long time, if ever, before any of you will be able to admit me into your hearts, not to mention your orifices. All I can say is I see now that I was wrong. I abused my position and myself, and I am bruised and broken and limp. I only hope that those of you who had placed your trust in me will be able to recover from the detrimental effects of your misplaced kindness and patience. I am a new and better penis as a result of my mistakes, and I pledge that in the coming months and years I will make it up to as many of you as I possibly can. After the penitent penis's repentant speech, the audience of genitalia applauded lightly, which moved the penis to tears, unless, of course, that was just more cum. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.